see behind the scenes of an actual photo shoot day. Alright, I am currently in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I just showered getting ready for a 12-hour shoot day. This is probably one of the biggest rebrand projects I have done to date. It is going to be massive. There's a lot going on. I woke up at 3 a.m. because I could not sleep. I probably had about 3.5 hours of sleep. It's been weeks of prep, ordered like breakfast, snacks, props, and all of that last night. We have a phenomenal production team that we're working with today. We have models, client, her assistant. There's a lot going on and I'm excited to take you along. Okay, so as you see here, this is my go-to document that I will reference for a client before photo shoot day. This is all of the prep that goes involved into the photo shoot. So usually this is the only document that I'm referencing the day of. Everything is linked here and I invite everyone that's involved in the shoot to this exact document here. So you could see that there's the photo shoot day, the locations, everything here is linked as well. What props are being used when, everybody that's involved. I will usually have everyone's phone number and email over here. Depending on any cancellations or things like that, I will just redact that information, but it will stay on the document in case there are any payments or invoices that have gone out or anything that's pending. There's also notes for the makeup artist. There are different samples that are equivalent to the types of models that we have, skin tones, complexions, what we're also looking for in terms of looks as well. There's also production team notes, which I will get into in just a second. This will have like inspo boards, shot lists, and all of the things. There's also information in terms of the outfits, who's wearing what where. In this specific instance, we did have the models utilize things that were already in their closet since we were picking out pretty basic stuff. We weren't necessarily shopping for the models for the shoot. So we gave them a general direction that I have put together that offered variety as well because we didn't want the models to all be matchy-matchy. I gave them a general color scheme. And then we have the actual itinerary here. Again, because all of the models are also invited to this document, it was crucial that everything was put into place here. And then what happened is the models will then email me and respond back with pictures of their outfits, which then I will approve of for that we can kind of finalize everything and implement that into the photo shoot day. In terms of notes, this is what's most important. Most of the time, I will have a whole separate conversation with the production team, whether it's just a photographer and videographer, whoever else is involved, we have them here. And so this is an area that not only I can reference, but they can reference as well. This is usually what most of you will create when it comes to a photo shoot. You're just putting a bunch of like pins together that are just like a handful of pins, and that's it. This is what you go into with the shoot. And so you expect that the photographer or the production team is there to fill in the gaps, or you are going to remember to do all of this. But where I come in as a creative director is not only making sure that this is all actually implemented, but this is where, again, we're not only working on the styling and the diversity of outfits, we're also making sure that the play-by-play in terms of the day and the different locations also align with this board. And on top of that, just having a vague board is not enough. You also need a very specific shot list. So these are actual things that we want to recreate. And then me, myself as a creative director, knowing my style, I will normally go into this like shoot that day and know how to fill in the gaps between there. So obviously not everything is going to be found on Pinterest exactly as you want it. But again, this is where my strategy as a creative director, I can fill in the gaps. I can figure out what shots that we need to get. And also from a design perspective, I can go think about, okay, how is this going to translate on this marketing material? How can I know what photos to use for the website? This is why we need verticals and horizontals. This is the type of close-up that we need. This is the type of diversity that we need in terms of the shots and the groups, right? So not just full body, but close-ups, but individual portraits and things like that. A lot of times, the biggest question that comes into mind is, why do you need a creative director if you can create a Pinterest board? But the thing is, a Pinterest board is not a strategy. Even me selecting all of this, you might think, oh, there's nothing extraordinary about this. There's nothing unique. There's nothing special. But the reality is how does this then translate into a full rebrand? How does this translate into marketing material and a website? How does this display the company's mission and what they want to be known for and the feeling that they want to give off? How can we make sure we're implementing color, but also colorful imagery and not have that clash? How can this also seem refined and approachable in terms of outfits, but also text and typography? Those are all things that my job as a creative director is to like bridge the gap between, whether it's for a rebrand or a campaign. We want to make sure that things translate
effectively. So a photo shoot strategy is not necessarily going on a Pinterest board and putting together things that you like, but also thinking about how does it come in with the big picture? How is it going to tie in with everything that we have, all of the efforts, and how does this play out day by day? So when I come to photo shoot day, all of this is pre-planned, everything is pre-done, and I can just show up and implement the actual process.
Just to recap everything, things went well. I always, after a shoot, I like hold my breath until the final results come out, but it went well. Everyone did such a good job. Everyone was hardworking. They were pushing through. Doing a 12-hour shoot is not easy. It is not for everyone. I'm just always, after the day goes on, I'm just always like very proud of everybody. To that point, it's not easy to do. But especially for this shoot, like I said, like we did a lot of new and different things for this client. And normally, I think because of that, I don't know, like not feeling doubt during the shoot because I know it's gonna come out amazing, but you know, it's still something new. And I was like, oh gosh, like I hope this is gonna go as planned. So I still have those feelings about just an overall experience like this, but this is why it is so important to have a photo shoot done that is very intentional, very strategic, because even the client was like, oh my gosh, we're doing things that are very different. I hope this is what people are gonna expect. I hope people don't take this the wrong way. I hope people aren't turned off by this, right? Like it is a strategy and it is a process that you eventually want to put out there and share with everyone. So I'm gonna wait on my room service. I'm gonna go wind down and I will see you next time.